Would you guys believe me if I told you that Agent00 was once so broke he had to drop out of college with $30,000 in debt, working 3 jobs just to survive? Look at him now. Multiple houses, luxury cars, pulling in hundreds of thousands every month from his content empire. But bro, Agent wasn't even supposed to make it. His whole journey was filled with rejection, failure, and thousands of people literally telling him to quit YouTube. This is the story of how Muktar went from a broke college dropout to a millionaire content creator. And trust me, the numbers are going to blow your mind. Born in Canada to Ethiopian immigrant parents, Muktar discovered YouTube when he was just 10 years old back in 2008. But here's the crazy part. His first viral moment wasn't even his own content. He literally stole an NFL clip of Marshawn Lynch's legendary 60-yard touchdown run against the Saints, posted it, and got 80,000 views.
Like, yo, I need this in my life. This is crazy. No, I completely stole it. It did so big.
But here's the thing. He was completely stealing content, and he knew it couldn't last. For the next 3 to 4 years, Agent grinded as a Call of Duty montage editor under the channel name Westside Cinema. Picture this. He's spending hours perfecting edits for other players who would get all the recognition while he stayed in the shadows.
Players who got the clips would get all the recognition. I'm like, yo, the man just spent, I can't do this. I'm out, I'm not editing no more.
But here's where it gets interesting. After 2 months away from YouTube, Agent felt something was missing.
There was a void in my life because I was doing it for years and now I'm not doing it no more.
So he created his Agent00 channel, excited about the upcoming GTA 5 release. Now this is where the story gets brutal, and I want you guys to really understand the mental strength it took for Agent to push through this. He caught the attention of a channel called Game Respawn with 200,000 subscribers. They offered him a weekly series. This was supposed to be his big break. Agent did 4 videos for them. 4 videos that he thought would launch his career. Instead, he got hit with something that would break most people.
For the first time in my life, I had thousands of people telling me to quit, kill myself.
When you have 60 subscribers and you post a video, you get like 1 or 2 comments. So to be hit with an overwhelming amount of negativity was tough.
Game Respawn eventually cut him off because of the negative feedback. Most people would have quit right there, but not Agent. What happened next shows you the difference between dreamers and achievers. Agent bounced around different games, Last of Us, GTA, and Watch Dogs, before landing on NBA 2K around 2014. But here's the smart move. Instead of competing in the crowded My Career space, he focused on My GM mode, where there was literally no competition.
I was like, what can I do to stand out? And I decided to play My GM, which is a game mode that's way less popular, but there was no one uploading.
This is business strategy 101. Find the gap in the market and fill it. But even with this smart positioning, Agent was still struggling financially. Picture this. He's in college, $30,000 in debt, working for a sports team, taking summer classes, getting 3 hours of sleep, and still grinding YouTube.
Working a job with some pro sport team at the time, and I was also doing summer classes. I had like 3 hours of sleep, and I was getting like, I would wake up a zombie.
There was one summer where he almost quit everything. He was broke, exhausted, and questioning if any of this was worth it. But then something clicked. Agent uploaded a video about NBA Live's comeback, and it blew up. This made him realize that people wanted his commentary on 2K content. When NBA 2K17 came out, he went all in on informational videos, became one of the best shooters in the game, and started building real momentum. The numbers started working. Agent was finally making enough money to make a life-changing decision. He dropped out of college. But success came with its own demons. Here's something most people don't talk about: the psychological cost of grinding for years. Agent developed a serious binge eating problem that got so bad he reached 332 pounds. The worst part? The internet was brutal about it.
And every top comment for the last year at that point is, wow, Agent's really losing himself. Hey, wow, Agent's really gaining weight. And I remember we'd edited video, and I literally walked to the editing computer and like deleted 3 parts of the video and re-rendered it after we left, because I was like, nah, I just look too fat there.
Think about that pressure. You're finally achieving your dreams, but the same platform that's making you successful is also destroying your mental health.
You know, by the time I got to my biggest, I couldn't even run no more. And I was like 22.
Agent's journey to streaming success wasn't smooth either. He tried streaming on YouTube first, then moved to Twitch, where he played games like Tekken, For Honor, and Siege. But here's the crazy part. Twitch kept rejecting his partnership applications multiple times, so he signed with Facebook Gaming instead, which turned out to be a big mistake.
After a year and a half, man, I just found myself like forcing myself to play games that I didn't even really want to play at the time, just because I needed to get my hours in for Facebook Gaming. They wanted me to stream NBA 2K content, but I realized like that's not what I want to do. And there'd be streams where I was pulling barely any viewers, like 40 viewers playing some random Steam game, and I'd do it anyway because there was no like milestone you had to hit. So in Twitch chat, the toxicity is just to entertain Twitch chat. Yeah. Sometimes they'll just poke fun at a streamer to be funny so they can enjoy themselves. Facebook streaming is just pure toxicity. There's no benefit anywhere. It's just toxic.
The Facebook experience was brutal. Agent stopped streaming for Facebook in 2019 and basically disappeared from streaming for 2 years. Most people would have given up, but Agent had learned something crucial about himself. When Agent came back to streaming, he came back different. He formed the streaming collective AMP with Cenat, Duke Dennis, Phantom, Chris Nextdoor, and I'm Davis. This is where the real money started flowing. But here's what's crazy about AMP's business model. They barely keep any of the money they make.
If the internet runs around saying you make if you make $500,000, even though you're only seeing 100,000 of that in your own account, that's not accurate, right? Because a lot of the money went to do other things in the business. I keep telling people, man, Dean is broke. Agent 0 has money.
This is next level business thinking. Instead of pocketing profits, they reinvest everything to create bigger and better content. It's the same strategy Amazon used when they bought over Twitch, sacrificing short-term profits for long-term dominance. Now let's talk numbers, because this is where it gets insane. Agent has been transparent about his finances, and the numbers will blow your mind. In one of his rough months, January 2024, during a weight loss marathon, Agent spent $380,000 on content. The house rental alone was $80,000, with another $80,000 in additional expenses. But here's the key. Even in that bad month, Agent was still pulling in serious revenue. His Twitch earnings showed $4,000 per day just from ads during the marathon. And that was considered low because January has terrible ad rates.
Because if this was done in December, that's gonna be $20,000, $25,000.
But check out what happened in his good months. Agent showed a month where he made over $800,000 in total revenue while spending $500,000 on content. That's a $300,000 profit in a single month. With all this crazy money Agent is making, we've got to talk about his revenue streams. First, let's talk about his Twitch earnings. From ads alone, Agent is pulling in anywhere from $4,000 to $25,000 per day, depending on the season. That's right, per day. He's got an estimated 10,000 plus active subscribers, which is generating serious monthly recurring revenue. And don't even get me started on donations. We're talking thousands of dollars every single stream. Now, YouTube is where things get really interesting. His gaming channel, Agent00 Gaming, has 1.75 million subscribers and has racked up over 400 million views. His main channel has 780,000 subscribers with 274 million views. When you combine both channels, we're looking at an estimated monthly YouTube revenue between $50,000 and $100,000 every single month. But here's where Agent really shows his business savvy. Brand deals. This man has secured over 69 sponsorship deals with major brands. We're talking about companies like SeatGeek, Mobile One, Keeps, Epic Games, and here's the big one, Air Jordan itself.
Chad, we got a Jordan sponsorship. I didn't even know how to fathom this news when I received it.
Agent himself said this about the Jordan deal. And honestly, I don't blame him. Getting sponsored by Jordan is a massive flex. What separates Agent from other content creators is his business mindset. He doesn't just create content, he builds systems. Agent's approach to brand deals is aggressive and direct.
If there's a company I like, I DM them. I DM'd Cinnabon 4 days ago. I DM'd Popeyes last month. I did a deal with them last week.
He also understands the importance of timing. But here's what really sets Agent apart. He's not just spending money, he's investing it. His real estate portfolio includes multiple properties, and his car collection features luxury vehicles like his Ferrari SF90, Cadillac, and BMW M4. But these aren't just purchases, they're business assets that can be written off and used for content. Despite all that, Agent's most impressive achievement wasn't financial, it was personal. Remember how he reached 332 pounds and couldn't stop stuffing his face with Twinkies? Well, he lost over 100 pounds in 1 year through discipline and dedication. This weight loss journey became content gold, generating millions of views and proving that Agent could turn his personal struggles into business opportunities.
Progress. I feel like I have infinitely more energy, man. just overall throughout the day, like I can do more. I'm not so like sluggish and intolerable like I was before.
Today, Agent's net worth is estimated at $1.5 million, but based on his revenue streams, that number is likely much higher. Here's what his empire looks like, starting off with his content channels. His gaming channel, Agent00 Gaming, has 1.75 million subscribers. His personal channel has 857,000 subscribers. And on Twitch, this man has 2.8 million followers. That's nearly 3 million people who tune in to watch him stream. Now here's where it gets really crazy. His estimated monthly revenue. From Twitch alone, we're looking at anywhere between $100,000 and $300,000 every single month. YouTube is bringing in an estimated $50,000 to $100,000 monthly. Brand deals, that's another $50,000 to $200,000 per month. And don't forget merchandise sales, which are pulling in an estimated $20,000 to $50,000 monthly. When you add all of that up, Agent's total estimated monthly income ranges from $220,000 to $650,000. That puts Agent on track to make $2.6 million to $7.8 million per year. Those are absolutely insane numbers for someone who was broke and in debt just a few years ago. So, what can we learn from Agent00's journey? First, persistence beats talent. Agent wasn't the most naturally gifted creator, but he outlasted everyone who told him to quit.
If you don't quit, you can't lose, because you can just get up and try again. Every time I felt like quitting, I would talk to some friends and I would convince myself of everything I already believed.
Second, find your niche. Agent succeeded by focusing on my GM mode when everyone else was doing my career. He found the gap and filled it. Third, treat it like a business from day one. Agent writes off expenses, reinvests profits, and thinks strategically about timing and partnerships. Fourth, embrace failure as education. Every rejection, every negative comment, every failed stream taught Agent something valuable. But here's the most important lesson. It's all about mindset.
It's always your fault. It's gonna be your fault no matter what. You can't start blaming other things, other people. You're not gonna win that way.
Agent takes full responsibility for his success and failures. When people ask if it's too late to start content creation, his response is brutal but honest.
Don't do it. You're not gonna make it. Oh God. Yeah, you're not. It's not too late. People are gonna say that 5 years from now.
Agent isn't slowing down. He's teaching at Streamer University, expanding his brand partnerships, and continuing to innovate in content creation. His recent streams are pulling 20,000 plus average viewers, and his brand deals are getting bigger and more prestigious. The Jordan brand partnership was just the beginning. Agent is positioning himself as a premium content creator who can command top dollar sponsorships. From a broke college dropout with $30,000 in debt to a millionaire content creator pulling in hundreds of thousands per month, Agent's story proves that with enough persistence, strategic thinking, and willingness to adapt, anyone can build an empire. But here's the real kicker. Agent's journey isn't unique because he's special. It's unique because he refused to quit when everyone else would have. He got rejected by Twitch multiple times, had thousands of people tell him to quit, struggled with personal demons, and still kept going.
I didn't get this shit. God gave it to me. So me being stingy with anything God gave to me not being able to give when I was given so much is insane.
If Agent went from nothing to something, grinding through rejection, debt, and personal struggles to build a multi-million-dollar content empire, I'm pretty sure you can do it too. The question isn't whether you have what it takes. It's whether you're willing to keep going when everyone tells you to quit. The creator economy is bigger than ever, and there's room for everyone who's willing to put in the work. Agent proved that you don't need to be perfect, you don't need to start with advantages, and you don't need everyone to believe in you. You just need to believe in yourself and never ever quit. So what are you waiting for? Your empire is waiting to be built.